communicate with a gun when there isn't an answer requested. I find it fascinating how guns have played such a pivotal role in the history of humanity as a means of communicating among ourselves. In actuality, our Heavenly Father went through the intrinsic procedure of creating humans with the ability to verbalize and comprehend each other with clarity and be able to respond. And it has actually worked for thousands of years. It sincerely helps us communicate with one another, build cities, marry, have families, invent, develop, make business, travel. We have been able to advance science, and all of it done without the gun. So it's unexplainable how for the past 200 years, humanity has chosen a different style of communication. And since then, we have had an incredible amount of conflicts, non-stop, with millions of casualties. We have been unable to comprehend our physical differences. It seems we have forgotten how to verbally communicate with one another, which was a common practice for eons of years. But apparently there were decisions made by a faction of humanity that saw in the gun a new means of communicating without the need of a response, but a result, bypassing understanding and comprehension from the rest of the human family. They justify the change, altering history for all to accept the variant method without repercussions. We must ask the faction that has chosen this path of communicating, why use the gun? It is obvious to me that they truly don't want to respond and do not care for one's opinion either. Therefore, why even ask how they prefer to communicate in these unresponsive ways? What purpose does it serve other than to selfishly feel superior and take what doesn't rightfully belong to them? This senseless mindset has given the majority of its population this preferred means of communication with one another, encouraging mass shootings to verbalize their unsatisfaction in the society that they've been asked to participate in. So, as you could see, the general behavior of the ruling elite influences the masses to do likewise with their communicational skills. One way, no reply necessary, carry the gun and you don't need a discussion or conversation or present a solution. With it, the Heavenly Father's intrinsic human design of communication is disregarded and violence rules. Instead of progressing humanity towards a rightful direction, we squander that opportunity and descend into decadence, oblivious to the insane behavior we have become so accustomed in glorifying and pushing it to a point where it may be unable to function normally. I remember as a youngster admiring the Wild Western movies, as the gun was portrayed as a symbol of manhood and the hero being worshipped for his ability to dismantle his opponent by merely shooting them down, and the audience in the theater clapping for his communicative skills with his no reply necessary style. Little did I know then the programming I was subjected to and how I wanted to grow up and be like the movie hero with no regard for life and carry a gun as the best means of communication. Instead of my fully loaded mind. Finally growing up, realizing that characters shot in real life don't return in next week's episode made me clearly aware that death was a finality in this dimension, time, space. I no longer glorified that way of communicating because the Heavenly Father has gone through the difficulty of designing a better means of communication where there is a solution which is amicable to both. So we need to get back to those ways which are for the benefit of humanity. Abundant blessings, peace.